This has been the quickest 4 months ever. I look at my calendar and it's May. I check just a few days later and wait, it's July. Someone is stealing time because within the blink of an eye, half of the year is gone. But I know that you guys already know this because you're in quarantine too. The point I'm trying to make is that we've been stuck in our homes for a while. Long enough where I think that we could categorize the different stereotypes that we see in quarantine. This is Quarantine Stereotypes. Yeah, yahoo. Yay. Now, just like bears, there's two schools of thought. Those who are taking the time to improve on themselves, and those who have become the equivalent of the people working at Game Freak. Extremely frickin' lazy. And with this chart, I will show you the most common quarantine stereotypes, and I bet 99% of you watching this will fall into at least one of these. And if you don't, tell me in the comments I suck or something, I don't know. Stereotype number 1. Working out / letting yourself go. In my own experience, working out is like a ball trying to roll up a hill. It's either you're pushing yourself to go further beyond and get into better shape than you currently are, or you're rolling down the hill at 5 times the speed. A year of working out and maintaining a good diet can take you from this to this. And just 2 months of letting yourself go will basically do the reverse. So either you have a home gym, or you're doing calisthenic bodyweight exercises, or you've been letting yourself go. But no matter which road you choose, quarantine is probably the best time to go down either path. And let me tell you why. So say you're just your average person before quarantine, and just 4 months after working out without anyone seeing you during your progress, you get slightly more muscular. And when you finally go out after those 4 months, those slight improvements will be extremely noticeable to the people who haven't seen you in months. It's like if you don't see a distant relative for a few years, they act all surprised by how different you look from last time. But an immediate family member, like your siblings, will mention how different you look out of nowhere one day, since your changes are too subtle to notice on a day-to-day basis. This is also the best time to let yourself go, since no one's gonna see you anyways, and if anyone asks you to go out, you could just make an excuse like, "Oh, I would, but I'm scared of the virus," when, it's really because you just put on 20 pounds worth of hot Cheetos and ice cream. However, this strategy isn't without its flaws. Since once quarantine is over and you have no excuses not to go out, then just fast or something, I don't know. I'm just a guy who draws pictures, I'm no Athlete X. Stereotype number 2. You've always been busy with school, work, your family, friends, and never had the time to learn that skill you've always wanted to. Well, now you can, because this video is sponsored by Skillshare. Psych! But for real though, with the large amounts of free time people have now, it's not surprising that most people are gonna want to feel productive somehow and try to pick up a skill, like cooking, learning a new instrument, or picking up an old one you haven't played in years. Some people will actually take interest in this new hobby and try to get better at it, while the majority of people will cook spaghetti one time and then go back to eating fast food and instant ramen because, well, cooking is hard. But then they'll go watch Kitchen Nightmares and laugh at all the crappy chefs.
The Dutch burn! You're cooking in a burnt pan, you fucking thing!
Lamau, this guy sucks. Speaking of Kitchen Nightmares, this leads me into my third stereotype, which is binge watching shows / watching YouTube or being on social media all day. I get it though, One Piece is over 1,000 episodes, and even though half of it is filler and standstill shots, you've always wanted to watch it. And you know what? I'm not gonna bash you for this one, because I do it too. I don't actually binge watch my shows, because I have self-control, and I like to pace my shows, but I understand. Television is such a big part of our culture today that sometimes I feel like I'm missing out when my friends are talking about shows I've never watched, because 90% of the shows I watch are anime. But then I'll go watch one episode of Riverdale, and then realize that the only thing I'm missing out on is enormous amounts of cringe. Number 4. Basically, go full Ready Player One mode and immerse in video games. Unlike the other stereotypes, this one falls in the middle, since video games aren't really good, but I wouldn't consider them bad. While there are people who get so heavily addicted to games that they literally die, most people don't usually go this hard. Another negative is that some people say that video games are a waste of time and make you more violent. But the only waste of time I'm seeing here is a grown woman complaining about children playing games. Karen. On a much more positive note, video games can help you stay connected to friends and family, which is especially important now. And some of the funniest and best memories I have is playing with my friends late at night. Well, technically morning, but that doesn't matter. Another reason video games can lean on the positive side is because, if you get really good at the game, while the chances are super low, you could become a pro gamer. Which, if you're a boomer, pro gamers probably sound stupid to you. But I hardly doubt they care about your opinion, since most of them make more money than everything saved up in your retirement fund that you didn't set up until you were 40, and now can't pay for your old people medication. Stereotype number 5. People who just say, I'm stronger than Rona, and then go and proceed to live how they normally would. And I can't stop you. I don't necessarily advise it, but it's your choice, and if you want to live on the edge and take that chance, then to quote my favorite song Yoga, it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. Poetry. However, the one thing I will ask is, if you have the symptoms, then please stay indoors. Don't knowingly go out with the virus and accidentally spread it to some grandmas. Cause if you do, I'm gonna go and punch your grandma, and then we'll see how you feel. And on the completely opposite end of the spectrum, there's stereotype number 6, which are the people who are super quarantined. The minute these people heard about Corona, they stocked up on every canned good in the store. These are the type of people to wear their mask around their own house, even though no one even lives with them. And then they'll put hand sanitizer on every 20 minutes, and then they even gotta take their own vitamin D pills because they haven't seen the sun in months. That last one also applies to gamers. Stereotype number 7, which is also the very last one, which I wouldn't even consider it a stereotype since it basically applies to almost all of us, and it's having an absolutely fantastic sleep schedule. For real though, without structure, most of our sleep schedules basically just got destroyed. I fixed mine for the most part, but I got some friends who are like taking naps at 11 PM, waking up at 1 AM to play games, sleeping at 5 AM, and then waking up at 2 PM. I mean, people are just becoming nocturnal at this point. And with that amazing chart, I have given you all the stereotypes that every single one of you watching this video fits into, which means that everything I've said in this video directly applies to you, and I am not joking at all. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I put a ton of effort into it, so it means a lot to me that you watched until the end. If you guys did enjoy, then drop a like on the video. It would really help me grow, and it's the best way for me to know that you guys like this style of content. And consider even dropping a sub. Lastly, thank you guys so much for watching, and a special thanks to my friends that have been supporting me through this and giving me a lot of feedback and encouragement. I couldn't do any of this without you. Again, thanks for sticking till the end, and I'll see you guys next time.